And finally, I will conclude my talk. Okay, the next generation waves, how to accommodate to many things, the technological innovations in the robotics. Correct. Think beyond the vacuum for its application, friends. Because if sometimes I left out some application, you will recall and you add to your database. Okay. Then you will see. Let us begin our presentation with our laboratory and the research challenges. I will focus mainly on the what we will call what is going in the robotics area. Correct. That is our motto. Let us will begin. This precision engineering and instrumentation laboratory is one among the 11 laboratories of Department of Mechanical Engineering. 5 major research areas are there. We are working on the 5 major research areas on control engineering, mechatronics, robotics, precision manufacturing, hydraulics, and pneumatics. You'll see, friends, by seeing these areas, the people working in our laboratory are interdisciplinary in nature. Not only pure mechanical engineers, people are belonging to electrical engineering, electronics engineering, instrumentations, and mechanical engineering. It is nothing but you'll see the areas of research work. It is something like a mechatronics area applicable to very precision mechatronics systems. That is the main motto. If you'll ask me some of the areas under the each headings, there are many areas are there. You will see this on robotics itself, parallel robotics, serial robotics, underwater robotics, medical robotics, many. Okay, in precision manufacturing also, conventional to non-conventional and hybrid process we are working. Then one more major area is hydraulics and pneumatics. We are developing the many hydraulic systems for the space applications. I'll show you in the next slide. These are the major areas where we are working in the things. If you see the state of the art of our laboratory, the precision engineering and instrumentation laboratory is one of the laboratory manufacturing engineering science, and it is the multidisciplinary in nature. As I have told you, people are working mechanical, E&C, EC, IT, and many people. Our research group, we will see, the currently working in the direction of design and development of sophisticated instrumental setups for micro and nano machining. These setups we can use for generating the micro holes, micro channels, micro textures, and nanoparticle generation. All the setups are developed in our laboratory, friends. I'll show you in the next slide how we are developing the setup, keeping in mind the basic technologies. Correct. These are the then the second area is people are developing the fluid power components like a electro-hydraulic servo valve, electro-hydrostatic actuator, high pressure and low pressure regulator for the space of vehicles. Then many people worked from the VSSC and RCI Research Center in the development of fluid power components in our laboratory. Then robotic system is one more beautiful area where we are working on path planning, control, and dynamics, calibrating of industrial and medical robot as per ISO parameter. All the robots we are calibrating in our laboratory is one of the DST sponsored project. I'll show you in the next slide. Then currently we are diverting to hybrid vehicles. Since from the 3-4 years we are working on hybrid vehicles. Basically we are developing the hydraulic hybrid vehicles for the energy saving and much more in this area. If you'll see, friends, all these objectives are achieved through our dedicated scholar. Next slide, I will show you only who worked under my guidance in these areas are, many people are there, correct? Around, if you'll see this, 11 PhDs are done in the different areas. Still, all are in the finishing stage. Then also ongoing scholars are there from the different parts of the country. You'll see these are the NS scholar. They worked under my guidance in the different areas. Many are completed and one is ongoing on the hybrid systems. Correct? You'll see this, friends. What I'm showing now is the glimpse of facilities in the PIL laboratory. You'll see one by one. You'll see all are developed in-house to do the various process or various machining processes, like a micro EDM setup is used for generation of the micro holes, channels, textures, many things, and nanoparticle also. These are all our patented work, friends. All whatever I am showing is all our patented work and developed in our laboratory to do the various work. Correct? Then I will concentrate quickly on the R&D facilities available in our laboratory. The first self-guided vehicle Harni is developed in our laboratory, used for the various exploration purpose. Now, from 4-5 years, we are working on the parallel manipulator also. This is a joint which can mount the table in any direction. This is a patented work. Only joints are patented. All these are the actuator. I'll show you animation later at the end of the presentation. The same thing, this parallel manipulator is replaced with the what we will call SMA actuated wires. All 6 places SMA actuated wires are there. If you heat and cool these wires, the table will be mounted in the different fashions. Then next one more area where we are working is a mobile robotics. Here we are using the P3DX robots on road for the collaborative robots, obstacle avoidance, and many places, including the very small robots like EPUC robots. Okay, there are many things are available in our laboratory for the carry out the research work. You know, Capra robots are there, Pioneer robots are there, correct? Biped robots and the quadrupole robots are there. Hexapod robots are, some of the things are available in our laboratory, okay, to carry out your research work. All are what we will call programmable and reprogrammable devices, what you are seeing, used for your development of the controller or any specific work. Now, one more facility, what you are seeing is this is what I will call workspace calibration test facility, only available in technical institution in IIT Madras only. This is a 80 lakh project, friends, where we are calibrating the industrial robots, medical robots, and mobile robots. This is a furrow laser tracker. It will emit the laser. You will see the laser rays. This will be traced by the retroreflectors. A small ball is there. Different types of balls are there here. This is called retroreflector. You will attach to the industrial manipulator or a medical robot what you want to calibrate to determine the all ISO parameters. I'll show you in the next slide. You will see the furrow laser is interfaced with the Dynacol software, which will give the accuracy of, see here, how many accuracy, X direction, Y direction, Z direction, you know, theta X, theta Y, theta Z, all the parameters, friends, you have to able to calibrate and used for the various purpose. You will see all these parameters we are calibrating using the laser tracker, whether it's a positional accuracy or a positional repeatability, distance accuracy, various parameters as specified in the ISO 9283/1998. All these are online measurements using the softwares. All these softwares are also following the ISO parameters, friends. All online measurement, offline measurements, many things we are doing is using this on the industrial robot. I'll show you how we are calibrating the robots at the end of my presentation. Now we'll see some of the glimpse of robotics work, fine work, what we are doing last year. You know, I'll show you some of the things. First and foremost thing, what we are working is a trajectory tracking. It is so accurate it is. It will give the 2 or 3 decimal accuracy to trace your circular trajectory, triangular trajectory, rectangular trajectory, or any known trajectory. And you will see here we are doing the simulation as well as experimentation using the what I will call differential drive robots, P3DX robots. In this work, we are using the very small one. This is a 1.2 lakh differential drive robot, programmable and reprogrammable, controlled through the Wi-Fi. It is no wire connection. It is, which is used to create the different trajectory using the user-friendly graphical user friends. You'll see here, this is a graphical user interface. You'll see your task is there. No, here you will get the various types of trajectory, which will be tracked using automatically using the simulation, MATLAB, and integral with your experimentation. Then the next work, what we are doing is working with the cooperative robots. This cooperative robots is nothing but what we will call a lead follower approach to reach the destination. For example, you will see in this is a 2D platform. It is, friend. These are the EPUC robots which will move throughout this area. Then what it is doing is, this is a leader, this is a follower. Leader is moving, follower is following this. When any obstacle occurs, what it will do? No, it will give the leadership to the next robot. All are connected wirelessly. Then this will take the leadership until you will remove this obstacle. Otherwise, it will reach the destination without any problems. Meaning here, what they will do, the robots on this platform, they will work cooperatively avoiding the obstacles to reach the destination. Similarly, you will see the adaptive control strategy also we are developed. What is this adaptive control strategy is, robot will start from the destination. You will give the anywhere in this platform, 2D platform, the final destination. Then what it will do, robot will move avoiding the obstacle to the destination with the least time, and an average total travel distance is very, very small. On this, there are various papers are there. You will refer these papers. Then also next work is, we are working now recently on the waypoint navigation system. This is used in the aerial robotics, underwater robotics, many point. Because what is the advantage of waypoint navigation is, you will see here, it is a probabilistic roadmap, which is used to generate the small points are there. No, all these are called waypoints, friends. These waypoints we are generating using the probabilistic roadmap, and then you will define the initial point and final point. What it will do, robot will try all the paths. You'll see here, it will try all the paths to reach the destination, avoiding the obstacles. In all this waypoint navigation, our objective is to get the optimal trajectory, and then we are doing the experimentation. You will see the experimentation and simulation result after removing the other points. You will see how robot is reaching the destination point with the minimum time and minimum distance to achieve the target value. These are also you will get in very good journal papers. You will refer, each paper is 20 to 25 pages, which will elaborate from complete dynamics and kinematics in the papers. Next one is, what we are doing is, we are very good in developing the image processing techniques. Here we are audible it is, Jyotishri? Jyotishri?
Yes, sir.
Okay, it is going smoothly?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Whether it is audible to all, I am assuming that I am proceeding. Now, one more strategy. Very quickly, I will show you what is going on in our laboratory. Another 2 slides. Bear with me. Okay. Now, next one, what we are doing is, we are detecting and tracking the mobile robots moving on the 2D platform using the low-cost image processing technique. We are using very, very low-cost automation technique here. What we are doing is, we are using the Microsoft HD camera of very cost is around 4,000 rupees to track the robots moving on the platforms. Here we are using so many techniques like a RGB model to detect the various robots on the platforms, and a blob analysis to track the mobile robots from 2 destinations. There are so many control algorithms are there, and we have published many papers on this. Now we'll see another important one. There are different algorithms students are applying to reach the starting to destination point, avoiding the obstacle. Now, what is this work? What it is showing now, you'll see here. I want to know the size and shape of the obstacle when it occurs. See here, I am given the starting position is 1,1 and target position is 4,6 to show you what robot will trace here. Then when obstacle will occur, it will circumnavigate, meaning you will get the exact shape and size of the obstacle occurred. Then every instant of time, friends, it will calculate what is the distance between the each point to the destination. Then what happens next? Another robots are coming. No, they will not circumnavigate. Only they will go to the minimum distance to destination. For this, what we are using is, you will see the multi-robot system. What it will do, you'll see, friends, here there are many robots are there. Robot 1, robot 2, robot 3, robot 4. All will placed in the original position. Then they will start moving all at a time. Then which is very near to the obstacle, one robot will circumnavigate in the clockwise direction. Another robot will move in the anti-clockwise direction. Every time what they will do, they will exchange the data. What is the data? How much distance is there to the destination and how much time to reach. Then what happens it is, the robot will exchange and they will decide the minimum distance traveled to destination is this much, and you have to start from this point. Then what happens? Other robots which are stopped here, only 2 robots will do circumnavigation. Then other robots will come to that point, they will go. You will see, friends, here the distance traveled and total time taken, it is decreases as the number of robots increases. This is objective is to reduce the average distance and the total time to reach the destination. Then also we are doing some of the advanced technologies, what I will call reinforcement learning technique and a goal seeking technology, avoiding the obstacles. What it is actually, already we know that reinforcement learning is robot will learn by itself to reach the destination, avoiding the obstacles. Then what it will do here, you'll see this is works on the what I will call profit and loss. When the robot will move towards the destination, it will get the positive rewards. If the robot will move away from the destination, it will get negative rewards. Then what iterations will do, every iteration, robot is trying to get the more rewards. More reward means it is trying to reach the destination. They will do more iteration using the algorithms built in the system. You'll see here the one example, starting point to destination, it will do 180 iteration for convergence to determine to final path, avoiding all the obstacles. Okay, this is one of the area where people are working in the obstacle avoidance and a destination reaching. Then one more thing is our people are working on the autonomous lake cleaning intelligent mobile robot system here. Here what it is, the lake surface, there are so many wastages are there, papers they are throwing, bottles they are throwing, plastic bottles, many things, metal pieces. Then what it will do, this is we have developed the system to clean our lake using the drones. Drone will move over the lake surface, then it is having the cameras and the softwares to identify the different types of wastages. They will segregate, they will give the information to the lake cleaning one robot that will go and collect and come back to the destination. Meaning here, these are the what I will call social relevant projects also we are doing to help the people. Similarly, one more social relevant project, what we are doing is design and development of the reconfigurable type of autonomous sewage cleaning mobile robot, friends. The sewage pipes are there, no? Currently, the people are cleaning by going inside. That is a very tedious it is to clean the big sewages in the municipal corporation. Now, what this will do, all you will see here, these are the links are there, joints are there. These are the reconfigurable. These are the reconfigurable wheels based on the pipe diameter. They will adjust by themselves and they will move using the wheels. The front side is a cutter. When it will occurs the obstacles, what it will do, it will start rotating. Cutter will start. You will see the experimental part here. It will start rotating the thing. It will crush the things. Then it is having the system, pumping system. Water will be pumped and it will cleanse the sewers. There are so many algorithms we are developing to optimize the things. Again, the many papers are there in. These are some of the social relevant projects working on the robotics. Other things I not covered, friends. Micro machining area, plenty of work is going on. Fluid power system, lot of work is going on. But these are the things where we are working on the robotics, path planning, control, dynamics, using the advanced technology like reinforcement learning, virtual reality. These things we are working. I will show you the videos at the end of my presentation. In the robotics area, if you'll ask me what are the research challenges are there, already, the development of microelectronics and embedded computation made it possible to design the system that combines both mobility and autonomy. Now you will see, friends, there are many things are available now due to the development in the microelectronics and embedded system. So many sensors are there, actuators are there, available in the cheap way to automate the system. Now, what is the problem is 4 major research challenges are there. They have dominated this development. What you will call, you have to concentrate more on these areas. People are thinking to develop the intelligent robot system for the various application. You will see, friends, here, the mechanism and mobility, people are working more. Meaning, you have to develop the robot with a minimal number of joints and minimal number of drives. And mobility, how this robot will follow the structured and unstructured environment. 1 minute. Hello. Huh? No. Mechanism and mobility is one of the things where the research is going on more on the mobile robotics. Power and propulsion, then this is also one more area where people are working, as because the robots are working in the different domains, meaning it is structured environment and unstructured environments. Mobile robots are working. If unstructured environment, if it will work for the extended period of time, 6 months, 1 year, 2 year, for the space exploration, underwater exploration, many areas are there, no, that time the many people are working on the harvesting the energy and using the battery operated vehicles. Many things, many work is going on the power and propulsions to embed it in the mobile robots. Then computation and a control, meaning robot working in the unstructured environment, high degree of freedom, meaning all it will call autonomous. Online it will decides and move. For this, what we are doing, the computational intelligence are embedded in the system. Along with the robot, it will move. Many control strategy people are developing when such obstacles or such situation occurs, how robot will act by itself to move. That is the one thing people are working on this. Also, the various types of sensors and navigation system people are working to guide the robots. Okay, these are the some of the research areas where you have to concentrate. Finally, we'll see, friends, these are the some of the books published in our laboratory. All first one is working on the electro-hydraulic servo valve for space application. This is for the EDME used for generation of nanoparticle, and this one is the role of surface modification. As I have told you, we are working on micro machining. We are modifying the surfaces to avoid the bacterial adhesion to the bioimplants. And some of the papers, collections in advances in manufacturing technology, all are book published from our laboratory. Then why I told you all this thing till now means, you want to join to our laboratory, join the hands to update the technological innovation research work in Department of Mechanical Engineering. Why you want to join, you'll see here, there is a large amount of facilities are available for you people. Generous scholarship. The scholarship for the regular PhD program is 35,000. And if you'll come under the PMRF scheme, Prime Minister Scholarship, 80,000 rupees per month. The unmatched ambience is there in IIT Madras because 650 acres land it is. Then great career opportunities. You have to work in the so many sponsored projects, as well as the many ways to go to international conferences. All scholars are eligible to go to international conferences. And also you'll see many programs are there, regular PhD, direct PhD, interdisciplinary PhD, many things. If one or the other way, friends, you will join to IITs, and I'll assure you your life will change. Keeping this, let us will begin to known to unknown, friends. Now, first I will show you how robot it was, then how it is now, and how it should be. Very quickly, we'll see now how it is. Let us begin. As we know already, friends, the word robot is a Slavic origin, and it was derived from the Russian language febota or robota. It is an executive labor or a forced labor to work in the where people cannot work. I will tell you where people cannot work. That is the objective of the robot. The Karl Čapek, Czechoslovakian dramatist and journalist, in 1921 created the automated substitute for human worker in the play Ruhr. It is first Ruhr robot. It is what you are seeing here. No, this is Ruhr robot. This is Ruhr robot. All three are the robots, which will show the human appearance. Here, what it will show, it is human outlook, like a head, body, legs, arms, and they will show the human feelings. You'll see robot, how they are defined in, when it is 1921 by Karl Čapek. Why he is created, later we'll see now. Now we'll see the Encyclopedia Britannica definition. Robot is an instrumented mechanism used in science industry to take place of human beings. It may or may not resembles the human, but it performs the task like a human way. How human is doing like a hands, no, to bring the object or to move the object, how he will use, it will do. This is according to Encyclopedia Britannica definition of robot. Meaning here, friends, you will see an instrumented mechanism, he told. You don't think what Karl Kapek told. Any device, robotic device, automated machinery, is very difficult to define whether it is a robot or not. The car, driverless car is a robot. That's why I'm telling you, it is very difficult to define, give the line between the robotic device and automated machinery. That is the one thing what you have to remember. Then before going in detail, have you read any science fiction novels? Because I'm taking you very long back. If you read this, you understand how robot it was. This is very important. You have to see how robot was conceived in 1920s. If you are not read, you please read some Isaac Asimov's novels, The Caves of Steel, The Naked Sun, Robotics of Dawn, Robots and Empire. These are the beautiful novels. These are called as science fiction novels. They will create the creatures, and then they will, how they will be works as a family friends, and how they will be used as enemies, how they will distract. Many things are there. Correct? Some of the recent popular novels are The Times of the Machine, Tron. Correct? The Star Wars is a big thing. What is going on? Also, you'll see, you have seen many science fiction movies and TV serial also currently. Correct, friend? If you'll see the Forbidden Planet in 1956, where you have seen the first robot, friends, you'll see. This is the first robot, 2.1 meter tall it is, made up of some organic materials. It will see here, it is resembling the human being. Used in 1956, first movie it is, Forbidden Planet. Then Invisible Boy, 1957, TV serial. Also the Thin Man TV serial, directed by the Hammett, 1958. Lost in Space, again you will see the robot created. Again you will see these two robots, R2-D2 and C3DX robot it is. They are so friendly that they will use it for the space exploration. They will be so intelligent, they will communicate to the master and the ground, all the information. This is a George Lucas movies. A New Hope, Star Wars it is. Again Star Wars, you will see, goes on seeing this, friends, the Lost in Space, Bicentennial Man, 1999, you'll see the robot, how it is serving the food and how it is listening the master. The Robin Williams movie, it is 1999. You'll see how robots people are seeing in the olden days. Then Star Wars, Attack of Clones. Hollywood movie you are seeing all from Karnataka. Dinesh Babu movie in 2002, it is replacing the hero. Correct? Then you will see, friends, some other iRobot you are seeing. Star Wars, Clones of War, Star Wars, Endiran, you are seeing, all you people, you come across the Endiran robot 2010, it's directed by Shanmugh Sundar. You'll see Rajinikanth is replaced completely by the robot. Then you will see again next 2011, Anubhav Sinha, that is what we will call Rodot 1. Correct? Pacific Rim next. Like this, many movies you have seen, friends. Correct? You come across the science fiction movies, you are thrilled by seeing the movies. Correct? Now, can you please think, tell me, what is a robot? Then it is difficult to define by seeing the movies and reading the novels, because name itself tells us that science fiction movies and science fiction novels. And confusion remains in the mind of everyone after watching the movies. Correct, friends? Meaning, what is going on in the movies and novels, all these films and novels, including TV serials, exaggerated the robot, correct, with a more humanoid characteristics. Because head is there, tail is there, vision, like a human beings they are replacing. Which leads to the confusion in industrial sector that humans will replace completely by the robots, and they will afraid for the unemployment. So what happens, friends? Recently, many organizations working on robotics redefined the robot with less significance to human behavior. These are the organization working on the robots. Robotic Institute of America definition, International Standard of Organization, ISO, Japan Industrial Robot Association, British Robot Association, they will define the robots such a way that less significance to all anthropomorphic characteristics what you have seen. But anthropomorphic characteristic is there in all the definition. Your arm is there, no? How your arm is there, only that is making us as a robot. Also, you'll remember all these definitions have the two important common points. You will read this from the book. I will not touch these definitions. Reprogrammability is there and multifunctionality is there in all these definitions. These are the two common things what you will see in all the definitions. Then what you will do this, friends, if you see this robot, industrial robot, is a general purpose, programmable and reprogrammable machine or a manipulator. Having anthropomorphic characteristics. What is anthropomorphic characteristics? Only arm. Your hand is there, no? Only arm. Then programmability is there here, correct? Arm plus programmability ideally suited for various applications in industry. Variety of tasks this arm and programmability will do. Some of the material handling applications are there. You are come across material transfer application, indirect application. It is indirect means they will not comes in contact with the working machines. Machine loading and unloading application, where robots will directly comes in contact with the machines. The part handling application, assembly and inspection, again it is a what I will call indirect application. Robots will not come into the operating machines. Apart from this, friends, the processing operations are there. They will do spot welding, continuous arc welding, spray coating, and other processing operations includes drilling, grinding, polishing, debarring, wire brushing, riveting, laser drilling, many friends, whatever you will name, all operations robot will do in the second category, operations. Then all these operations, whether it is a material handling or a processing, they will do with high endurance, high precision, and high speed. Then only robots are used. Otherwise, no. All robots should work with high endurance, high precision, and high speed. Quickly, I will show you some of the application, typical application. The robot will handle the very bigger part to very smaller part. Meaning it is equipped with so many sensors to pick the silicon wafer, 100 micron wafer, to the huge, the machine part. The robots are designed. Then palletizing operation, meaning look here on the conveyor, the milk bags are moving. Robot will pick and load to the container, or vice versa. It will take from the cartoon and it load to the machine. It is what we will call depalletizing. Similarly, machine loading. You'll see, friends, machine loading and unloading. One robo, it is called as a work cell. What is a work cell? Robot with various machines. The robo will work with 2-3 machines at a time. For example, you will see in the casting robots, what they will do. One robot is pouring, other robot is picking the part. All they will do simultaneously in coordination in the work cell. Also, the machining operation. You will see how robots are doing the various operations. Grinding operation, drilling operation, okay, many things. Then cooperative robots are also, people are there. Look here, one robot is hold the workpiece, another robot is working, machining. Meaning the what I will call collaborative robots are there, machining operation. Also you will see, friends, spot welding, correct? Seam welding, spray painting, assembly operation, inspection. Whatever it is left out, you will list it out, friend. Various application robots will do. Some of the statistics I will tell you very quickly where these robots are used in industry more. You'll see the statistics, friends. Material handling is there, no? Where pick and place, palletizing, depalletizing, machine loading and unloading. Where it is what I will call robot is in the material handling, 25% of the robots are used. Next is a welding, friends. Spot welding or arc welding. Painting is a next level. You'll see other operation, percentage of use of the robot is very less. You'll see material handling is a prime importance in industry. Next is a welding, then spray painting, where human hazards are there. Why it is used, I will tell you. Peoples are very difficult to handle the work parts, acquired parts, correct? That time you have to use the robots. Where human health hazards are more prone to occur to cancer or a breathing trouble, bronchitis, that time robots are used, correct? There are many ways are there. Why robots are used only for this purpose, not for the other purpose, you will see later. Now we'll see the main drives where these robots are used. If you ask me, automotive industry is taking a major part in robots. Next is the electronic areas. You'll see here the way where people are using more is automotive industry, next electronics. The remaining food industry, other things comes under the different categories. Now we'll see the country-wise annual installation in 1819. The China is the largest share in the market. Installation is, you'll see here, it is in 1,000 units, it is 154,000 units annual installation of the robots. The 15 most beautiful country I am listing: China, Japan, United States, Republic of Korea, Germany. You'll see this. Where is our India? India is, you'll see, the percentage use of annual installation of robot is very less, 4.8%. But China, you will see 4.8 thousand units. But China, you will see 154,000 units annual installation. Meaning people are now moving towards the advanced manufacturing system. India is thinking stage now it is. Now we'll see the global estimates from the IFR, World Robotics Association. 2021, you will see, friends, here. Now again it is 1,000 units. The 2021, the expectation is 630,000 units, the forecasted unit. You will see from 15 to 21, it is always a rising trend. Why it is? The robots are multi-purpose, reprogrammable robots used for n number of applications. Only anthropomorphic characteristic is your arm. If you connect to the arm welding, it is called welding robot. If you connect the spray gun, it is called as a coating robot. If you connect to the same arm, it is a drilling robot. Meaning here, friends, only anthropomorphic characteristics and reprogrammability call the robot for n number of applications. That's why the rising trend it is. Robots are in the rising trend. As I have told you, when will you use a robot? This question may be there in all the people. Only these cases you'll use the robot. Otherwise, robots are not required, friends. One is what we will call the hazardous or uncomfortable working conditions. This is one where hot forging, die casting, spray painting, foundry operation, soldering of electronic circuit, you will see the human health hazards are more in these operations. Then you will use a robot. Industrial robots where hazardous or uncomfortable working environment, use it. Then repetitive task. For example, pick and place is a repetitive task. Machine loading and unloading is a repetitive task. Such work people cannot do. Monotonous it is. Monotonous work is don't want. He want only challenging task. Every hour work will to change. Then only he will work. If you give the pick and place, morning he will pick and place the 10 objects. Evening he will place only 5 or he will sleep. Such type of work you don't give to the humans. Only you will use the robots. Also difficult handling. The handling of heavy parts or MEMS delicate parts or hot castings. Only robots are best suited. Difficult handling work. And also the multi-shift operation. It is what I will call, this is very good when it is a labor saving is a important thing. If your industry is working for 3-4 shift, that time the people are difficult to work. For example, some of the industry like a plastic molding, die casting, building, these operation can be done continuously on the moving object. That time robot is a best. But remember, friend, selecting the robot for right application is very important. Correct? If you see, while selecting and designing the robot for any operation or application, Keep in mind the laws of robotics. You already seen this. A robot may not injure human being. This is the first and foremost thing. Whoever it may design the robot, it should not harm to the human beings, but it will follow the instruction given by the human beings. Second law. Then also, if you give the commands to destroy itself, robot should not, because robot must protect its own existence. Last law, what you will call, a robot may not take the human being jobs completely, meaning it not made him to jobless. Meaning what it is, friends, the robot will do the all works what human can do. It will replace us more than 15 or 20 people also. But again, it is control is with human beings. The robot, what it will do, robotic technology, what it will do, it will reduce us the blue collar worker by the white collar worker. You have to accommodate to the newer technology like artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, correct, data analytics. You'll convert from yourself to the manual work, mechanical work. Then only you are surviving in the future industries. Now we'll see, friends, please remember now current statistics, what is going on. Jyotishri?
Jyoti? Perfect, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm here, sir.
I'm very fast. I think many slides are there. I want to finish and I'll show you.
No, sir. Your speed is perfect. The voice, audio, and video is also perfect. So you're dot on. No problem, sir. Please continue.
Thank you. Now we'll see, friends, the current statistics, what is there in industry. Please remember, friends, manufacturing system is now moving from static to dynamic, customer-oriented, versatile manufacturing system, simply what we will call a smart manufacturing or industry 4.0, in which the interaction is taking place between human, the machine to machine, the human to machine, one factory to another, and also with the customer, See, friends, here in static to dynamic market, all the interaction is taking place. How? Through Internet of Things, through internet only. No physical thing now you will see here. Meaning all the data, each one will share real-time data for proper decision making through the internet. Dynamic market, friends, it is now versatile also, meaning you will address each customer in your industry, not as a batch. This is the one what we are thinking now. So in IoT manufacturing, as I have told you, customized or a tailor-made production. Even you will handle one customer, single customer, meaning your manufacturing industry, all the machines are in such a way that they will reconfigure itself the daily. You'll see now how it is. What I want is programmable or a soft automation is one required now, not the hard automation where the all machine will do continuously 1 year, 2 years, same operation like a car manufacturing. No. Car manufacturing, now I want the different design. Immediately our machines will be reconfigured by itself to address the single customer. That is a main motto in the dynamic market, dynamic. Then you'll see how it is possible, you may ask, friends, correct? How it is possible, sir? Yes, 100% it is possible, because dynamic response, smartness, and compactness of the system are due to the lot of development in VLSI technology. VLSI technology made us to use dynamic market. How? Because the availability of powerful processors are there. In terms of density and speed, you'll see what is going on currently, friends. What is going on is the digital transformation is taking place. Now you'll see digital transformation is taking place, which is need of hour, and we have to accept, adapt, and race to the digital age. Digital age means what, friends? Now what I'm doing is I'm bringing the software components more and more in mechanical integration. Meaning here, now products are changing to pure mechanical, pure electrical, pure electronics, or pure computing to mechatronic oriented industry. What we are doing now, that is a role. One or the other day, you will difficult to get the pure mechanical product or a pure electronic product. All are converging to mechatronic product. You'll see, for example, if you'll go to any supermarket, you come across many things, friends, where your IoT is playing a major role. Correct? Auto scanning is there, smart tags on the product, CCTV cameras, cash register, card swiping is for any application, friends. One mobile is there, you would use Paytm, Google Pay, Phone Pay, Apple Pay, Samsung, Pal Pay, and many features you have to use. All are connected through internet. And ATMs are there. I don't need to tell ATMs how it will give all information sitting in one place. How fast it is. If you are asking 1,000 rupees, only 1,000 rupees will not come. It will not come 1 rupee extra. Then how they will work, you will see. All machines are so precise and so follows the instruction through internet. All are going now currently. You will see now, this is a very important slide. You'll see, friend, processor, as I told you, know, the VLSI technology, what it made, the tremendous development in the chip level, the 4-bit processor introduced in the 1971. That time, number of transistor is 2000 and speed of the CPU, clock speed is 740 kilohertz. Now you'll see, friends, the bit level is increased 4, 8, 16, 32 and 64-bit processors are there, like Itanium and many things. i7, correct? Many i9 it is coming in the market now. Now, what is the speed now, friends? Kilohertz gone. Now we are going to gigahertz to terahertz speeds. Such type of processors are there, which will make us the data handling very easy. Otherwise, very difficult, friends. This is the one what is going on. If you see another thing, IoT evolution is taking place a major role in industry, as because you will see here how everything is connected. You know, in all IoT statistics, connected people are there. All are connected through internet. All automotives, car I'm writing, no, all automotives are connected. All connected houses, connected cities, connected industry. The IoT is happening because almost all devices, what I'm putting here, all devices are cyber physical systems. What are the cyber physical systems? All are automated devices and connected to the internet. It is one of the advantage. All are automatic, but having extra feature, you'll connect your machines, you connect your car, connect your house to the internet. That is the thing what is going on. How it is? Because availability of inexpensive sensors, then mobility is there, and cloud computing, as I told, you know, due to the powerful processor, cloud is there, increasing computational capability, big data and data analytics is there, correct? Then secure open platforms are there. No need to worry your data loss all. The people are developing the you know, to open platforms to connect all these things. This is going on now. Then if you see this very interesting story here, you know, now what it is, the 9 billion devices around the world currently connected to the internet, including your computers, smartphones, machines, equipment, workers, whatever it is, 9 billion devices. What it will show means, friends, the number of connected things exceeding the number of people on the earth. Then over it is, this number is expected to increase dramatically within the next few decades, with the estimated ranging from 50 billion devices to reaching 1 trillion devices, friends. Then what is the 1 trillion? How many zeros are there? 12 zeros are there, friends. Trillion, we are difficult to write also now. That many devices shortly connecting to the internet. Meaning, what are the devices? All the elements in industry, including the worker, customer, you know, machines, management, everything will connect to the internet. Meaning, you will not see any worker working in industry. They will work from home through internet. Like this is going on. Then you will see the Internet of Things has the potential to create the economic impact of $2.7 trillion to 6.2 trillion annually. Economic impact is also growing drastically in 2025. Then you will think, friends, what is going on? Industrial revolution is taking place at a greater speed, which a digital transformation, and various technologies like artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science are taking over the current technology. These are the only technology will give you the solution. If you don't know these things, survival is very, very difficult, friends. People are thinking in all these future technologies. I will show you the Venn diagram of the newer technology like artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, and data science very quickly. You will see the artificial intelligence, when it is introduced in 1950s, the data handling is very difficult, friends, because such time the processors are 4-bit, 8-bit, like this, very smaller. Now we'll see 64-bit processor, the speed is, terahertz. Nowadays, we are going to the deep learning and machine learning like this. How technology is developed, you'll see when artificial intelligence is introduced. What is this? I will tell you in one word. You remember, friends, in all these technology, what I am doing is, I am mimicking my brain. See, remember, friends, any problem? Jyotishri?
No, sir, no problem at all. You're
Okay.
crystal clear, sir. No problem at all.
Thank you. Now, what we are doing in all these technologies, the only one thing I am doing, friends, now what I am doing, I am mimicking my brain into the machine. Meaning what I am doing, I am creating the intelligent agent or intelligent machine, how humans are thinking, how humans are taking decisions, we are doing in all these techniques, artificial intelligence. You'll see this, what is going on in these things. Artificial intelligence is a very large medium, which will mimic our human behavior. Basically, the human brain, very big circle it is. Inside it is a machine learning. What I am doing in machine learning, the machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence. But here I am using the sum of the statistical method to predict, as I have told, how humans will think 2 + 2 = 3.7, 3.9, like how it is doing. I'm using the machine learning technique. I'm developing using the statistical way. The newer way, what we will call, I'm using the neurons and neural networks in the deep learning techniques. Again, look here, all are relating. Artificial intelligence is a bigger circle, and machine learning is a subset of the artificial intelligence. Deep learning is a subset of machine learning. All you'll see, friends, here, when how many 10 to the power of 10 billions of neurons are there in the mind. How our brains will fire, you'll see how many 10 to the power of 10. Networks are 10 to the power of 4. Each neuron is connected to 10 to the power of 4 other neurons. Meaning how to mimic our brain into the intelligent machine is the things are going on in artificial intelligence. Then what happens, friends, here you'll see, when I'm connecting all together, the number of data collected for every minute or every second is large. Then what is required? I need the data science. You'll see one more circle. Big data science is required to handle all the data collected. That is big data. Meaning you'll see, friends, if you are very good in the data analytics, data science, the large amount of data or job opportunities are there. Huge job opportunities in the markets. Now you'll see very quickly, after seeing this, I will give you the glance very quickly about the autonomous vehicles or robotic vehicles, or what we will call ROV, meaning remotely operated vehicles, or unmanned vehicles. Meaning you'll see now people are developing the robots for n number of applications. I'll show you now. The applications are on ground, underground, on water, underwater, in air, in space. See how many domains are there. All are, see, remember, unstructured environment. If you see in defense, what happens to the next level, the people don't know. That time, what is required? We required only remotely operated vehicle or unmanned vehicles. Unmanned vehicle means no humans on board. These type of vehicles are survive longer way. For this, many people are developed and developing still. People are working largely in all IITs and everywhere, because the robots are worked in the unstructured environment. The mission Mangalam, you'll see all. I don't know if I'll send my robot, what is there inside. If it will go 1 kilometer, what is there, we don't know. 2 kilometer, what is there, we don't know. For example, in underwater exploration, 1000 meter is different from 2000 meter. 2000 meter is different from 3000 meter. Meaning the robot will work in the unstructured environment. What is this meaning? It required more number of sensors and actuator integration, and human intelligence is embedded in the machine. That is the thing is going on. Meaning I am mimicking all how I behave when problem occurs, same way robots will do when it will work in the unstructured environment. For this, many things are required. High degree of autonomy you have to give to the robots. Computational intelligence is powerful. Ability to carry out the task are unachievable. Meaning that's why I called you, the artificial intelligence is embedding the human intelligence, working far beyond the human intelligence. That is the one what is going on now. Now we'll see these robots move by itself, meaning autonomously by itself based on the situation. And as I have told you, no humans are there on board in these vehicles. This is called robotic vehicle. Please remember, friends, now itself, there are robotics are categorized into two. One is what we will call industrial robots. Industrial robots means fixed platforms. They will not move from one place to another place. Another one is robotic vehicles. They are having the moving parts, meaning robotic wheels are there, clapping wings are there, correct? How it is there, we are mimicking the insects and biological things in the robotic vehicles. Or also we are borrowing the mobility from our road transport and all these things, correct? Now you may ask why these robotic vehicles. I'll tell you some of the notable example why robotic vehicles are so important. When the US performed the deep ocean exploration, they found the sunken Titanic. Sunken Titanic, the US made the deep ocean exploration using the mobile robot. They will reveal the sunken Titanic is there on the bed. You see, then you are seeing so many movies, all these things. It is detected due to the ocean exploration by the ROV. You may ask where and why robotic vehicles. There are many things are there. You see, friends, the first class of robotic applications where similar to previous, where people cannot go and where human hazards are more. For example, already space exploration, undersea world, nuclear and biological contamination, military operations, security and defense systems. Where are the things are there? No, that time this first class of robotic applications will come into picture. Next one is second class of robotic application, routine work, where machine mobility can effectively replace the direct human to work. For example, large scale agriculture require a machine to cultivate, seed, irrigate and harvest very large terrains. That time you'll use the robots in agriculture. The mining haul truck, insect killing machines, environmental monitoring systems. Also, large manufacturing system to transport the components and subsystems. For example, what I'm using, friends, I'll use the ROV in industry. Okay, in the industry to transport the part, I'm using remotely operated vehicles. They are having the so many human intelligence. Then third class of application includes the personal assistance, rehabilitation, and entertainment for humans. Here you will comes across to elderly care like a robotic wheelchair, mining haul truck. Then elderly care means it includes the feeding, household task, emergency notification, vacuum cleaners, correct, lawn movers, all are comes under the third class of application. Also including advanced entertainment system. If you go to Japan, the robots will make you too happy by using the so many devices. They will play so many devices. Correct? If you see, also you'll remember similar to there, the laws of robotics remain same, but here you will see, friends, first one is a fully autonomous robot has the ability to gain information about environment. Meaning how many sensors are required, you will see. Also, robot will predict its own significance. For example, whether power is there or not, power is required or not. Self-diagnostics he has to do. A stereoceptive sensor and a prescriptive sensors are required in the robot to gain the information. Also, you will see it work for an extended period of time without human intervention. Meaning what it is? The battery, power, the moving technology, all you have to think when you are working for the extended period of time. And move either all or a part of itself throughout its operating environment without any human assistance. Then avoid a situation that are harmful to people, property, or itself, unless those parts are defined in the design of the parts. These are also similarly to the previous laws, what I have told, same thing. But you'll remember, friends, the robotic vehicle also requires the regular maintenance. In NIOT, the National Institute of Ocean Technology, after ocean exploration by 6 months or 1 year, the robot requires 6 months minimum regular maintenance. That is a thing you have to give importance to autonomous robots. I will show you some of the robotic application. Unmanned vehicles, you'll see, friends. These are unmanned vehicles. Some of the examples developed by for the military. No humans on board. They can be equipped with the machine gun. You'll see machine gun and cameras. All are equipped, machine gun, all these things used for the battlefield. Then unmanned aerial vehicles. There are various types of designs are there, including what we will call high altitude exploration, UAV. 36 hours it will work, friends. Like this, each is having the different capability to do it, their operation in the area. Also, you will see unmanned micro air vehicles for the, again, exploration, many things. And you will see, friends, the underwater vehicles opens the new era in the exploration. As because, you know, human may dive to a depth of 100 meters or even slightly more. But pressure, light, current, and other factors limits the human exploration in the ocean. That's what is the next. You will use unmanned vehicle. The unmanned vehicles, they are going inside the sea, 3,000 meters, 4,000 meters, 5,000 meters. They will, exploration begins. They will collect the sample, sands, everything to the top. They will analyze, which is only possible with the underwater vehicles. Then next era after this is a very important thing is the surgical robotics. Surgical robots, it is a robotic cart. Robotic cart is nothing but it is having the so many manipulator, like how to handle the various type of tools. The surgeon will sit in the one place. He will guide the robotic cart to do the operation. In all the foreign countries, here also in Pune, Bombay, many people are having the robotic carts. They will use the same robotic cart for heart surgery, kidney transplantation, eye surgery, orthopedics, urology, gynecology. You'll see n number, friends. I am writing etc. Use the robot for various operations. Surgeon only guide the robotic cart to do the operation. Then why it is very important, you may ask this, because it can damage the very less damage, because robot is so accurate. 1 by 1 mm you will cut means it will come 1 by 1 mm. Okay. But doctor will not cut. That's why it is less bleeding. Quick recovery is there in the robotic surgery. Also more accurate than the human surgeon. The next area where people are working is swarm robotics. It is what we will call multi-robot system, like a swarm. Ants, how they will work. No, same swarm intelligence is borrowed here and implemented in the robotics. I'll show you some of the videos later. Then another one is a self-reconfigurable modular robotics. You'll see, friends, these robots are there. It is a morphological change of these are all called the unit cells. Unit cells will adjust by themselves to do the work. They will dismantle by themselves, arrange by themselves to do the work. I'll show you the video also at the end very quickly. We'll go very quickly. Now you'll see the humanoid robot is one of the places where people are working more. Japanese people are working. As I have told you, the Toyota developed the robots, what I will call, it is playing the various instruments. Also, Japan developed the My Spoon. You'll see now here, it is what I will call, he is a health minister, Yoshi. What he will do, it is feeding. Robot will take the food and only he will open the mouth, it will feed it, then it will go to bring to the next spoon. Meaning you will see the minister will do some work. He will not waste the taking the food. It is a My Spoon developed by the Japan. Like this, the many dynamic balancing robots are there. Also, you will see you will see here it is made in Beijing. The U rickshaw. This U is a farmer. He developed his own robot to pick him from the home to farm, farm to home. It is like see how it is like a humanoid appearance is given. People are developing their own robots for various applications. Then also you will come across this Roslyn Justin preparing the coffee. Correct? The robotic saucer. Many colleges are developing this. Correct? How robots are doing. Honda is developed the amazing Ashimo robot to do. It will follow the instructions, or when they are playing, it will make the dance for entertainment purpose. It will open the bottle. It will pour to the another glass like this. Ashimo robot. Correct? Next generation robot. Apart from this, the people are developing the smart systems, what I will call robots, in airport terminals. You'll see here the intelligent parking system robot is developed. Look here. This is an intelligent parking robot system. When you will arrive to the airport, you no need to see the vacant place in the parking lot. You will keep over this and you will put the PNR over it is. You'll go to directly to the what I will call departure terminal. What it will do, it will search the space and it will keep your vehicle. Similarly, if you go to the departure terminal entrance, what it is, again your Sita Lab developed the autonomous baggage drop robot. You will scan your PNR, it will give the baggage tags, put it bags here, large amount of space is there, put it here over friends. It will automatically, it will load, you will get the item in the destination. You no need to worry about the bags. It will automatically, it is moving in the departure terminals. Once after going there, no need to be in the queue. There are intelligent autonomous check-in kiosks are there. You will put the PNR or you will scan your passport. Automatically, you will get the ticket with your required seats. Then no need to wait in the droppage, bag droppage or any place. Getting the boarding pass, directly proceed to the check-in. But check-in you have to do yourself, security checkup. After going inside, again robots are coming into the market, friends. Intelligent robot kiosks are there. They will give you the location information on departure terminals, cafeterias, washrooms, boarding times, flight delayed or not. Every information you will get. These type of kiosks are moving inside the terminals. Apart from this, you will see people are developed the swarm intelligence as I have told you. And eFly butterfly, Festo developed the butterflies. This is only to study the intelligence and behavior of the butterflies. These are all created by the Festo. Similarly, Flying Fox. Our Boston laboratory developed the humanoid robot. You see no head. It will do all the human operations. The dog, climbing robots and running, all they will study the biological inspiration in the kangaroo as well as dog. Puppy. This you will see puppy is equipped with the what I will call artificial intelligence watch. It will control the robot. Stop, move, turn. All it will control through the artificial intelligence in the watch. Now you'll see many things are happening in the underwater robotic also. Robot fish, robot sharks, spiders, then robot preparing the food in many hotels in foreigns. You will see these are the what I will call gantry type of robots hanging from the rails. They will prepare the food what you require. And then supplier will take this and he will follow. All are programmed one. They will do continuously all operations. Then very quickly, I'll show you some of the amazing facts, friends, very quickly. First amazing facts, already we know that the word robot comes from the Russian language, Jack Febota, executive labor it is, defined in 1921. Remember this, which is shown in the Rossum's Universal Robot. The first humanoid robot was, you'll see here, the first humanoid robot, how it is. It is the, what I will call Westinghouse Electric Company developed. Correct, Herbert Televox, what I will call Herbert Televox as the first humanoid robot. Then later Electrox. Look here, it will speaks about 700 words. Fact 3 is the first working robot used in automotive industry for manufacturing the car in 1961 itself. Then fact 4 is very important thing. You'll remember, friends. The first robot homicide occurred in January 25, 1975 at Ford Motor Company, where robot is employed first time, but it killed the man called Robert Williams. It is a humanist robot. It killed the man, meaning illegal program or something. Over the first 25 years, 61 robot-related injuries and deaths are reported in US alone, friends. Then you'll think how you will work with robots. The number of robots in use is more than millions, but most of the humanoid robots are used in Japan. You'll see. The revenue expected in the 2025 is 70 billion US dollars. The world's first cyberlog. You'll see cyberlog is this professor, the Professor Kevin Warwick, developed the first cyberlog. The how your hand is moving, same way it will move without wire using the watch. Then Taliban fighter disable robots used by the US Army by flipping the ladders on them, thus defeating something high-tech with something low-tech. Robot will emerge on their own. You'll see this, friends. Very important. They will emerge by themselves. No need to develop, friends, like aliens, no? By 2040, according to the Hans Marwick, the founder of Carnegie Mellon's Robotic Institute, the robots will emerge on their own. Then the smallest robot is a nanorobot. The size of the robot is 10 nanometer in size, which is 1,000th less than the millimeter. Meaning you'll see, friends, the hair is 100 nanometer, then robot is 10 nanometer. You'll see his cat on the palm, you'll see all veins are also visible. How much these robots are developing. The first time humanoid robots were mentioned by the Leonardo da Vinci. You look here, the skeleton is predicted, first humanoid, in 1945 itself. The head is there, tail is there, arm is there, like this. Then NASA developed the robot based on his concept. Some of these amazing facts you have to remember. So robotics is transforming the world faster than you can imagine. Think some more application areas left out, friends. No limits for its application. Sky is the limit for their applications. Finally, I'll conclude very quickly. Technology is now driving behind the evolution. No way you have to adapt. Think, don't resist them, go along with the newer technologies. Robotic is a hot field which makes continuously correct unmanned vehicles, putting our troops are away dangerous situations. The notable examples are these things, correct, prosthetic arms, swarm robots, self-robotics, correct, humanoid robots, meaning robot occupies every place in the society. Correct, friends? Thank you for your kind attention. Jyotishri?
Yes, sir.
Now I will go to our laboratory. I'll take you to our lab. I'll show you some of the animation. Okay? I'll stop sharing this now. Here, please. Tell me.
Hello, sir. Somshekar, sir.
Yeah,
we have a maximum of 15 minutes left, sir, because we have to start with another session at 12 p.m.
Yeah, very quickly.
Please, kindly.
I'll stop only within 10 minutes. No need to worry. Okay?
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Now, Jyotishri will see whether you are seeing my slide or not, videos or not, you have to tell me. Okay?
Yes, sir. Definitely,
yes,
sir.
Yes. Now I'll show you some of the things what is going in our laboratory. Okay? We as I have told you, parallel manipulator, what we have developed, this we have to share, correct? 1 second. Okay, how to share this? You are seeing this?
No, sir, not yet.
Not yet. 1 second. Then wait. One minute. You're not seeing these things, huh? How to share this? 1 minute, Amma. Will 1 second. Here is your 1 second. Full screen present now. Entire screen. Now we'll see whether you're seeing.
No, sir, not yet. It'll take
Not
some
yet.
time. Maybe. It'll take some time.
Yes,
Not
sir,
yet.
sir. Now it is showing, sir. Now it is showing, sir.
Yes,
Now
yes,
it is showing.
coming
Sir,
on.
it's presenting
This is
now.
a parallel manipulator developed in our laboratory, used for the ocean exploration. See the joints, how they are moving. The middle one is a flexural tube to give the flexibility to the top of the joint. How it is rotating, you'll see. Fixed top cameras, then down platform is moving from one place to another. Visible to all? Visible or not?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's visible, sir.
Yes,
It's visible.
Yes.
Sir, Somshakar, sir, sound is not coming, sir, in that one.
Sound is not coming.
Sir. Maybe that mic, the speaker is muted, sir.
Yes. Okay, I'll show you next video. Then we'll. Not coming,
No, sir. Your voice is coming, sir, but that video sound is not coming, sir.
but video is visible.
Sir, visible, sir. It's visible, sir.
1 minute. 1 minute. Now we'll see this. Now one this. You see? Visible.
Visible, sir, but that for that one also sound is muted, sir.
Leave it.
So
Sound. You'll see top one in the medical robot. Use
sir.
it for calibration. You are seeing top one, top robot kept on the serial panel manipulator. Seeing or not?
Sir, we are seeing, sir. It is it's visible, sir.
Only sound is sound.
Sound is not coming, sir. Maybe you are muted there in the bottom, sir. System, you are muted, sir, I think.
Yeah, Professor. Hello.
Yes, sir. Tell me, sir.
Sorry, I'm not able to.
Sir, the video is visible. If audio is not coming for that video, that's okay, sir.
No
Because
problem.
we want to see that how that robotic thing is working.
Exactly.
You can explain, sir. While it is displaying, no, you can explain what it is.
Yeah. One more thing. 1 minute. Now you'll see the robots for obstacle avoidance. How it is. See now. You're seeing this. Visible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Visible, sir. Visible, sir.
Use how it will place n number of obstacles. How it is avoiding. It will not hit. Some of the robots I'll show you, self-reconfigurable robots. Similar type of work we are doing in our laboratory. Okay, you'll see this is visible. It is not in our laboratory, the Corolla University. You see this is visible?
Yes, sir. Visible, sir. Visible.
These are called building blocks. They will build themselves and they will do for the newer work. This is not from our university, Corolla University. Very quickly, I'll show you some more things very quickly. Then you'll know the Japanese people are developed the fish, all how it is, you'll see. The fish clapping means you will see clapping, you know, how it will guide to the other to follow. The wired one it is, wired. These are works on the electrostatic principle. Electrostatic plates are there inside. If you give the different voltage, they will make the, you know, the movement of the, you know, all the tails as well as wings. Very quickly, I'll show you some more how these things are there, mobile robots in the moving terrains. I think this one, let us will see. Not visible.
Sir, not visible, sir.
1 second. One minute. Now we'll see.
Now it's visible, sir.
See the how the wheels are designed to climb the, you know, hill. It will not fall down. How the links and the drives coordination is there, you'll see. Okay, like this, many things are there. I will show you later. Okay, some other occasion. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Actually, tomorrow also your session is there. So tomorrow also, if you get time, definitely you can show all this video. We are happy for that one.
Yeah, tomorrow I will take the kinematics, robot kinematics. We will meet again same time. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your valuable time, sir.
Yeah, sure.
So if, there are so many question answers are here, sir, in the chat box.
Yeah, you will send to me. I will answer to each and every one. And also, I am requesting all the participants to visit our laboratory once. You know, it is you'll see physically, you know, all these things, and also it is an opportunity to meet you people in our laboratory. Okay. But before coming to IIT, one more thing for all the participants, I am conducting regularly the courses on robotics, micro machining, mechatronics. I will send to you the brochure. You will come. It is meant for you people. It is a free of cost, and it is an opportunity to meet you. 1 week you are staying in our Taramani guest house and all. Okay. Shortly we are conducting the courses. I'll send to you people. Most welcome to IIT Madras. Okay. That time we'll think many. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Actually, it's a very nice, informative session, a very wonderful session, actually.
Yeah,
so we are very happy to see you also, sir, because you are here from a local and you are working there. So we are very happy, sir, that at least tomorrow also we have got another chance to see you and talk with you, sir. Okay.
Yeah,
but due to the shortage of time, since we have to start another session on 12 o'clock, it is our duty to end this session. So thank you very much, sir. We will see you tomorrow, sir.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Bye.
I request all the participants to get joined again at 12 o'clock, or you can stay here, no problem. But again, 12 o'clock, another session will be started. Thank you.